So, hi. Um, how you doing this beautiful afternoon? This is really, really very, very challenging, and it's a really challenging situation. Okay, here is it. If, as a husband, your wife is being sweet talked by another man in your presence, what would you do? Or let's take it this way again. If, as a wife, your husband is being seduced in your presence by another woman, what is ideal that you should do? All right. This question it's very 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 important. It's a challenging situation anyway. It's a situation that I don't know if you've ever been in such situation before, as a wife or as a husband, or you've had similar situation like this, or as a single lady. You can also answer this question. Maybe you've been in a relationship ever, and then you see your man being seduced by another woman in your very presence. What is ideal that you should do? What are the steps you've taken? Should in case someone should come before you and ask you, sing, what is your advice to that person? Hello everyone, my name is Mom Ziba. You're welcome to Mom Ziba Daily Talk Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about relationship issues solely, and this relationship issue deals with practical experiences and personal experiences also that I have had as a person, and situations I've had from my section counseling, one-on-one counseling classes online. So if this is your first time of tuning in, you're highly welcome here, darling. It's a place for you to be. There's a lot for you to learn from. Okay, nobody who jams himself or herself in this podcast having a relationship issue and shares it remains the same, because this is also a forum where diverse questions about relationship are being dropped and looked into. All right, you're welcome to this program. Mom Ziba is your host, that's my name, and I'm a certified emotion and relationship coach. All right, try me out. You can book me on one-on-one counseling online. Okay, yes, you can do that via my website at momziba.com. All right, on the landing page, you're going to see a session there where you can book your session and we can have a friendly time together. All right, thank you for joining me today. Now, this is a very, very important question I'm asking you. All right, if in your very before you see such a situation, what's the best thing you should do? I've had these people can indeed be really tempting. Okay, all right. I want you to know that some people are really temptation is their name. All right, they walk about in the format of a human being, but actually their names are temptation. All right, and in such a scenario, what is ideal that you should do? Don't tell me that this doesn't happen. Don't tell me that this cannot happen, because I've heard about it. It sure happen. All right, so when you find yourself in this situation, what do? I'm going to be telling you some few things that you need to do. All right, basically some people could just, when you see such a situation, you jump at it and like really, and you start to fight and start to make a mess out of yourself. Some people might attend to such situation like that. Some people might start to fight their spouse. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in this particular situation before. There was a day I was driving with my husband was driving me actually back home. We went for couple outing kind of. So when we're coming back home, a guy who used to be someone who a food vendor. He said something close to our estate. So he called and he walked down to the car, and my husband was waiting for the estate gate to be opened. So he walked by the car and greeted my husband, and the next thing he said, "Oh, prettiest woman, beautiful woman, my wife," or that kind of a thing, my woman. And I was like, what? Woman? Wife? Really? This? In the presence of my husband? I was not myself for a few seconds, but I tried to hold myself. Actually, I could have come down from that car and give the man a terrible slap of his life. Actually, I would have done that. Because number one, you are trying to cause a problem in my home. Number two, you're trying to make my husband see me as someone I'm not. Number three, you're trying to put me off my balance. Number four, you're trying to make me very, very uncomfortable in my own skin. And I don't smile at that. No sane human being will smile at such thing happening in the first place. And this is a man that has a wife, and the wife was in the shop. And immediately he said such, I kept quiet. And I was calculating what is the next move I should do. Should I slap this man? Should I insult him? Judging from the way people see us in that environment, it's not very good that I start creating a scene. But I actually just wind up my side of the car where I was and took a deep breath. I was smiling before because I and my husband were coming from somewhere, and when we saw him come close, he used to be someone that, okay, our family laugh, okay, we smile with him, we kind of jovial sometimes when we pass by and all those kind of a thing. So my countenance immediately spelled something different. My smile ceased immediately, and he could read the signs all over my face that this is not the normal face I used to know or I knew some seconds before. I kept quiet and we drove. So my husband was like, what's the meaning of this? And we went back inside the house, and my husband was trying to digest it. I knew that a button has been really pressed that's supposed not to be pressed. And this was not how my relationship, the environment between I and my husband was. But him saying this has really polluted the environment. I was very angry. We got home, he wasn't talking to me for some time. And I really, really understood that this man has come to really press a button that I don't think that I myself am happy with it. So my husband got talking and asked me what could have led to this. And I told him that, please just ignore, okay? This word that this person said is just trying to, cause some issues in my relationship. It's just trying to raise dust that's not supposed to be raised. So babe, just forget about it. I'll go see his wife and I'm going to amend issues later. That was my own thought. So I allowed him to, I tried to express myself to him. You know how men could be. He was not for taking it. Definitely if I'm in that shoes also, I might also think that there's something wrong somewhere. So being that my husband understood who I was, being that he understood that my wife is not the person that really goes around. She's always indoor 24/7. She doesn't have this kind of connection with this man that he has seen. This man is married, and he used to be a colleague to the wife, kind of where they worked before. So what's bringing this kind of a thing? But he didn't wanted it to end there. He wanted to clear the air. So he went back outside to meet the guy. And that was it. He was angry with him. He expressed to him that you shouldn't try this with my wife next time. On no account should this happen. He vented his own parts, his anger towards this guy, and the guy got it straight, and he came back home, and we were good together again. Now, so I had to share my personal story with you so you can understand, especially for those who would think that this does not happen. It sure happens. I'm going to be telling you some key ways to handle this when it happens. There are ways that this could go. Number one, if you have an understanding partner, she could digest this. She could keep quiet and come back home. All right? Then start to make a fight with you at home. All right. And number two, this person, your partner, if she's not understandable enough, if she's not someone who can absorb things for some time, or he's not someone who can absorb things as my man, the story I told you just now, did, she can or he can blow everything out there, and whoever it blows on doesn't really concern. So far there has been a blown something like that. Now, all I'm trying to say is this: either ways, whatever reaction, whatever action must prompt a reaction. It could be a silent one, it could be an explosive one. Now, if as a man you are with your wife and someone comes to where you are and start to sweet talk your wife, some people are nasty and they could do that. All right, first off, what is gonna really keep you calm is the trust you have for your spouse. Yes, the first thing to keep anyone calm is the trust that your partner has been able to earn from you over time. Now, we must understand that trust is not enacted but earned. So before anyone earns trust, there are situations of things, there are things that might have happened over time that might have proved that person worthy of that trust, of that trademark trust. Now, having that man, try to absorb the issue, absorb the situation, make it look as if it's nothing. And that is nothing is coming from the platform of trust, because he trusts his partner, the wife. That the wife definitely is a woman who does not have anything to do with infidelity. He has known her over time. So it keeps him calm. Now, that is where the second point I want to talk about is stay calm. Now, it's natural that there are a lot of range of emotions that could be wagging your mind, and you might want to really blow everything off. You could either want to attack the man directly or want to attack your wife secretly or openly, whichever way it went, because she was being sweet talked by someone else, and the temerity for the person to do that in your very before. But it is also very, very crucial, very, very important, very, very sane, very, very strategic that you remain very composed. Okay, you don't go ahead, because some people want to really understand. Some people sometimes they do some things because they want to really get answers that you are not verbally answering. Yes, they want to get answers. They might see two of you together. Oh, the love is so great. Oh, they work together. Oh, they are so nice. I want to really see how this goes. I want to really see who this man really is inwardly. I want to really see who this lady really is. Okay, and they just do something to see your reaction. If you don't speak to them verbally, you're going to speak to your reaction. Okay, so they do that because as an emotion coach, I'm telling you based on how people can really how to deal with people with emotional intelligence. Okay, so they do that because they want to hear your voice out some way, somehow. But now you are not going to be voicing out like in the way they expect. But because there's something already coming you that you have trust for this person, now it prompts you to stay calm. Number 3, it is important you communicate after such incident happens, after such an encounter. I'm not trying to tell you to repress your emotions, though something has prompted you to, because you are outside. You're not repressing it because you're getting an understanding that you trust this person. That made you force yourself to be calm at first. Okay, you didn't just react by slapping the person or slapping your wife or start screaming at your wife and asking your wife, I demand an explanation and all those kind of stuff. All right, right now, something has made you understand kind of that, okay, because I trust my wife, I'm going to stay put for some time. All right, then maybe after the encounter the person has left, okay, if you want to take it that way, if it happens that way, you want to go this way, I'm going to be telling you 2 parts to it, okay, you're going to be going this way. It is very important for you as the husband to communicate with your wife in a calm and a respectful manner. Okay, now you are going to express yourself openly. You're not going to hide anything. You're going to be honest in your explanations, in your communications. You're going to ask your wife every detail. You're going to understand. You're going to ask your wife, who was that man? Do you know that man? All right, how did he get to this extent? Have you ever met him before? Why is he sweet talking you, and why is he disrespecting me? And you are going to ask everything that is in your heart. Okay, that's a honest and open communication. Why are you doing this? Because you want to help you address your insecurities. It want to help you address your concern. All right, you are not going to suck it in. You are not going to just say, okay, fine, let me repress my emotion, let me just try to be nice, and all through you don't talk about it. And maybe when your wife want to talk about it, baby, sorry about what happened, I don't really know what happened, just don't worry. No, allow her to talk and allow yourself to flow in it. Allow your anger to come out, burst open, maybe in a respectful way, in a way that you're not going to really make it end up in a toxic manner, but you're going to really help yourself to, get easy with yourself and understand her. Don't conclude on anything. All right, this is going to help a lot. Don't repress it. Don't start discussing it with the wrong persons. Some people are fond of, I don't want to discuss with my wife, let me go and tell my dad, let me tell my mom, let me go and tell my staff, let me go and tell my bestie, as a friend, as a lady, and some other thing. No, the right person to do this with is your partner. Okay, so number 4 point I'll be talking about is, now haven't you tried to express yourself? You are addressing the insecurities. If as a husband, your reaction should stem from feelings of insecurity, of jealousy, it might be helpful for you to address these feelings, all right, on your own part, okay? And if you still don't feel okay, addressing it with your wife, if it's not still okay, you can meet a counselor, all right? If it goes so high, you can meet a counselor who is going to help you, all right? But first and foremost, all right, you should know that some people are actually doing things to really get on your nerves, not because you did them anything wrong, not because what they are doing is actually right, not because what they are doing has a reason, not because what they are doing, okay, is what they're doing or what they've said to you is correct, but they just want to do it sometimes to get your reaction, to put you in on the net way, to put you in a way that you can really feel that something is wrong, to plant something in your heart when there is nothing actually wrong. I've seen situations like this. It ends up in a mess, and some people end up breaking up their relationship. You should not let go of your treasure for anything, because there are a lot of people who are looking for 1001 ways to steal the treasure that you have, and you must try as much as possible to guide it. Yes, you must try. Now, next point I'll be telling you is focus on your relationship. Okay, whatever that has happened sometimes, whatever happened out there, okay, it's fine. Tell me, how do some women and how do some men cope when their husband cheats on them, when their wife cheats on them? Sometimes not once, not twice, and you still see them there in the relationship. Do you ever ask how they cope? Sometimes what helps them to cope might not be the love only that helps them to cope. Sometimes they try to bring out a platform to absorb things, even if it's not conducive for them, believing that things are going to work for, believing that the journey they've been through is what more treasured than what they are about to throw the relationship away for. All right, more than what they're about to trade away. So they value their, they try to evaluate the inputs on the journey so far compared to whatever that might just sprout up to make them throw away the relationship. So that is the basis and the platform that most of them, they now rely on. Now the love is like kind of shaking because they've been hurted, but because this is the platform they find themselves, they've now evaluated that, okay, now I've had 2 children, I have 3 children, I've put a lot in this relationship, I'm still putting more, we've built together, we have future together, there are beautiful things I've FCH together with this person, and the children I have with this person is worth more than anything else. So even if that person keeps on hurting, you might just find out that this person just still have strength to move on. No, the reason why this person is still going on is because of the basis which this person has built, a soft landing for him or herself, the evaluation he has made, she has made. All right, so that is it. So you must try this time to focus on your relationship, no matter what has happened, no matter what that person has said. The best thing for you to do is, instead of you dwelling on the incident, now you now focus on strengthening your relationship with your wife. Now if you see that definitely, okay, yes, you have not been giving a lot to your relationship as a husband, try to start giving a lot to it. Start filling in the gap, okay, and all this kind of a thing. If you have not been spending quality time together, start imputing that time. If you have not been communicating very well with your spouse, start trying to do that. Don't leave any gap to be filled by anything at all. If you have not been a soft place where your spouse can really rest and rely on, you've not been doing some things, just keep on doing what you're doing. If you've been good at what you've been doing, try to be better. Just keep on focusing on your relationship. Do not look at the incident for too long, because these things are just stumbles most times to actually check how strong you are, to actually bring up that voice that you've refused to really speak out to people. You've really not explained to people outside, this is how it is for me, and people really want to know, is this really true, is this love really authentic? Okay, so you are going to be speaking to them in a language that they themselves, they don't expect you to react in, but you are now going to be imputing more into your relationship. Focus more on your relationship. Okay, fine. If you also want to piss the other person off, and this happens also in another aspect, you can also, after the person finished with talking, seducing your man, doing whatever or any kind of a thing, you can, hello, do I know you from anywhere? He says no. Do you know my wife? He says no, or yes, or wherever. Okay, let's just excuse us. And you can just, baby, do you know him? No, I don't. You don't know him? Okay. She says she doesn't know you. Okay, excuse me. All right. And even when the person lingers around, you can hug your wife. All right. You can kiss your wife. You can start doing a PDAs with her or with him. Psychologically and emotionally, this will make that you are trying to do a marking. You are trying to make that person understand that you are lost out of it. If you were somehow eyeing my home before, just stay put, because this is mine. All right, and do it from your emotions, do it from your inner. All right, don't do it superficially. Don't do it because you are doing it, you want him to see or you want her to see. Do it because, do it as you've never done before, and let the person understand that in fact you are so into this relationship and there's nothing him or her can do about it. Doing this enough is enough for that person to be knocked out of balance, all right, and understand his or her stand in your home. This is also a better way to approach this. This is also a better way to handle this. Okay, if as a woman you still such kind of thing, I know we women it's not easy, because we know that men eyes are not always one place. Maybe we might, first of all, we might actually think that something is actually going on before a woman can come and start train herself at the guy like that and all those kind of a thing. First and foremost, try to put your cool. If you cannot put your cool as a woman, here is my advice: just try to walk to the where you can ease yourself. All right, excuse the man and make him understand that, okay, fine, if you had something with this person before, now I'm off the space, you can do whatever you want to do. This will make that person understand that actually, yes, if he was doing something with that person, there is a gap that has been opened, there's a forum that has been opened, and this going on right now, he doesn't know if you can actually be so vulnerable, even that space that you were away from him, and some other guy can do it to you. Sure, he doesn't have the right to come and start shouting and ask you for why have you done that, because he also is guilty. So at that moment, he tries to disconnect and try to see that this is actually nonsense. He tries to understand that he's actually losing something much more important that has been there with him, and he will try to fix himself immediately. Trust me, it works, either by slapping the girl, either by pushing her away, either by just doing one or two things to make sure that he gets you back. And now, when this happens, before reacting at the wife, you should try to assess the situation, try to to assess the situation, understand the dynamics at play. All right, is your husband reciprocating the advances? First and foremost, is he kissing her back? Is he is he flowing? Is he enjoying it? Okay, is it uncomfortable with the situation? Try to understand this and try to read his his dynamics during this kind of a setting. All right, is he acting up? So there's something that speaks more than our voices. Our eyes can give us away. Our facial expressions can actually give us away. These are all how emotion speaks. All right. So that is why emotions is very, very important. You study emotions, and it's very, very important. It helps you to understand different things at different times. All right. Also, after this kind of a thing, you can understand during this dynamics, do this play, if actually he knows this woman before, and if he doesn't know her before, you've understood that he was not conducive with it and with the seduction and all those kind of a thing. You can actually you can go further to communicate, to really clear the air, to really understand if actually there's anything wrong. Babe, do you know this person before? Have you really met her before? This and that, all those kind of a thing. And if he goes on to express or try to shy away from it, you know that there's something really wrong. If he tries to scream loud at it, and I also see that as a reason that he's trying to hide something and hiding under the mood of anger and all those kind of stuff, gaslighting, and this is a really giveaway for me. So I believe there's nothing wrong. You should be calm. You should be cute. You should also put yourself in the situation of your spouse and explain yourself. I normally tell people, I say, the first way to really show someone else that you love them is by, the first action is you reciprocating what you want people to do to you to that same person. If you love someone, that is the first way that I could know that you actually love me. You don't do things that when I do to you, it hurts you. You won't do that to me. So if you love me, I know definitely the first thing for you to do is any action you're giving to me is what you feel, what you know that when it's been done to you, you would like it. Now, so that is for that. Try to open communicate. And the next one is express boundaries. If as a wife you're uncomfortable with the interaction between your husband and other women, so you can express this assertively to your husband. I don't like you communicating with this lady, the way I see this lady train her body at you, the way I see this lady hugging you, the way I see this lady doing some things to you. I do not like it. From now on, I don't want to see this. And if that husband is really he really loves you, and if that man actually loves the relationship, love what you both share, he would prioritize what you have said and stay away from that person no matter what. Reaffirm your commitment with this person. It is a very, very key thing and a key game. All right. In this place, you're trying to ask your partner, do you really love me? Do you really, how is your commitment with me? All right. It could be a challenging moment for both partners, but it's sure important that the wife should reaffirm her commitment to the relationship, expressing love, trust, and support. Okay, can help reassure her partner and straighten her bond. Thank you so much for joining Mom Ziba Daily Talk podcast today. I believe you learned a lot. Please, if you have learned something and you love this podcast, please give me a 5-star thumbs up. And also, if you have learned something, please also tell me what you've learned, repping from where you are from. You can just put Tina from Jamaica. I learned this and this. It's sure gonna give me a boost and more morale to do more. Okay, and if you have anything that you want me to talk on, please drop it and I will gladly talk on it. All right, thank you. Based on relationship, I'm also giving this thumbs up to Jebica Infosys. They've been a good support to this program. Thank you for your sponsorship deals. Thank you. I appreciate you. And also I'm giving this to Magic Mind. Magic Mind is an elixir in California, made in California, and they've been a sponsor to this program. Thank you so much, Magic Mind. If you want to get your discount on this particular product, it's a product that helps with boosting mental performance, high mental performance, and it helps a lot in reducing stress. This is what I take most times in the morning to help me be at my optimum instead of caffeine, and I know it's going to help you too. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast this day. If you want to get a discount on this, use my discount code MOMZIBA20 to get 20% discount off on any of the packages you will be getting from Magic Mind. You can visit them at www.magicmind.com, and you can also follow them on Instagram at Magic Mind. All right, and to get your discount, I told you, use MOMZIBA20 and you're going to be getting 20% discount off. All right, thank you so much for joining me today on this podcast. I hope you really enjoy this, and I hope that you be at your best anytime from your own certified emotion coach, Mom Ziba. Remain strong and kicking and brave. Thank you. Bye.